Now, I done seen this in Whole Foods for probably about 8 months now, and we're gonna keep acting like we don't see it until it comes. Pay with your palm, get started. And right now they just putting it in y'all faces to get y'all prepared. When they start putting chips in y'all and marking y'all up, and then the only way we'll be able to pay is through putting chips in our bodies and paying and scanning and okay. Y'all be trying to act like y'all don't see stuff. They put it right in our face, and then when it happens, y'all gonna be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Alright. Act like y'all ain't paying attention. Now, I done seen this in Whole Foods for probably about 8.
Shalom, shalom. Call HALALYAM YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great MILLSTONE, and teaching them well. Peace and salutations be to those who elect. Other brother Atazawam coming at you from the prophets in Babylon camp here in Tampa, Florida. Alright. This lesson is going to be going into the MOTB. The M to the O to the T to the B. Basically, this is video. One of the brothers posted on YouTube. It's short. I'm gonna put it in the intro, but I was talking about the beast system at Whole Foods, how that's already set up and it's been there. She said she's been seeing it for the past 8 months. You know, really, that's been going on, I think, since 2021 or 2020, with the Whole Food system and the Palm Pay, and you know, she was going on how they're setting these things up and they're getting you accustomed to it, so that when they come out with the MOTB, you know, you won't be looking surprised because you've already been doing it in the first place. And they say, okay, we just gotta stick this inside of you. I say, wait a minute, I don't want it. Wait a minute. This whole time I've been using Apple Pay or Palm Pay or Finger Reader Pay, Facial Pay, and all sorts of shit like that. You know, that you're gonna realize that they have already groomed you for that MOTB. You know, they have already prepared the turkey. You know, like they say on that wicked ass day Thanksgiving. You know, they already dressed the turkey. They already dressed you to be ready for that MOTB. They're dressing you now, and you think that they're just dressing you to get ready for the RFID technology. They're also preparing the RFID technology because there's a lot of things that has RFID tracking in it. RFID tracking labels, RFID tracking chips, okay, that they've been testing for a long time. You think that this C-HIP is something new. It's not. They've been testing these things for a long time. They just recently started testing it in humans, okay, and you think it's something new. It's not going to be nothing new, man. It's going to be something they've been preparing for a very long time. Okay. So, let's grab it in the book of Habakkuk. Chapter 2 and verse 3. This is the book of Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Salakia, by the way, this is in transit. It says at the end it shall speak and not lie. It ain't gonna be lying when it's gonna be speaking at the end. It ain't gonna be lying. You ain't gonna have no doubt in your mind that this is prophecies. That this is a prophecy speaking, man. You know, there will be no doubt in your mind. And you ain't gonna be able to just blame it on or shoo it away and say, oh, that's just some stuff you see in a movie. You ain't gonna be able to put it off. No, it's gonna be right in your face, dancing. You know, the prophecy's gonna be right in your face. Right now, it's already speaking. But soon it's gonna be speaking to you through your mind, in your hand, if you be a two-third or one of these heathens. So it says, and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. though it's going to take time to come. Wait for it, because it won't delay past its arrival date. It won't go past the time it's appointed to come. Okay, and it will come, as the scriptures say. You know. That's lucky. It will come, man, as the scriptures say. So what's coming? What's speaking right now? Let's grab it. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So the image of the beast is Esau, Edom's NWO, Rome's ways revived. Okay, they're coming down with draconian laws, draconian measures. They're gonna make you do things, or they're gonna put you to death for not doing it. Okay, they don't do that yet, but that's the ways that they're going to revive. You know, and if you don't want to get with the program, guess what? You're gonna be killed. Okay, and a byproduct of their NWO is this MOTB. It'll be one of the main things that you must worship when they come down with their NWO, man. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And the right hand goes into the Greek word dextros, which means your dominant hand. It's not going to be specifically everybody's right hand. So somebody may get in their left, just in case somebody try to get it in their left hand and say, no, it's not in my right hand, I don't have it. It's not in my right hand, I'm good. No, dextros goes into dominant hand. So every hand you're dominant with, that you write with, or whichever hand you get it in, you still gonna get it, man. If you still get the MOTB, you're fucked. Okay, whether it's in your ass cheek, your eyelid, the back of your neck, as long as you get this thing inserted into your flesh, okay, you are fucked. Okay, and you can't disguise the MOTB saying it's something else. You're gonna know what it is when it comes out, because they're gonna tell you, deny your faith and worship this. Take this, deny your faith and take this, and come under their order. Come under their one world order. You know? Then you're gonna know, oh shit, it's the MOTB. Scriptures say, Ezekiel 33 and 33, then shall they know that a prophet has been among them. That's when everybody gonna realize, oh shit, the prophet's been here this whole time telling us. And now I can't find him. And now I'm faced with this hard decision to make. And I don't have much knowledge about it. You know? Guess what? That's going to be majority of you people. Alright, but this is the scripture that was written over 2,000 years ago that's speaking now. You got Whole Foods telling you, put your palm up. That's how you're going to pay from now on. Why are they doing these things? Because they're trying to get ahead on technology. Okay? And to get ahead means to beat someone else to something. Alright? So if they're beating someone else to something, that means that the whole world is eventually going to be doing the same thing. They just ain't doing it yet. So Whole Foods is a little bit ahead, right? Just lock it. Give me 1 second. So Whole Foods is a little ahead on their on things. All right. But eventually, the whole world gonna fall into this order, man. So first is gonna be voluntary, then it's gonna be mandatory. Right now, it's voluntary. All right, people can just go and get it and say, hey, this is nice. Okay, but soon it's gonna be mandatory for you to get it. Okay, ain't gonna be no you ain't gonna have no choice, man. Alright? It goes on. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So no man ain't gonna be able to buy or sell unless you got that mark. Okay? That's how you know what kind of C-hip this is. That's how you know that this is a C-hip. That's how you know what kind of mark this is speaking of. Because it deals with buying and selling. It goes into buying and selling and trading. So you can't say the MOTB is sin. Okay? Now the MOTB, to take the MOTB is a sin. but the MOTB itself is not sin. It's a C-hip. Okay, RFID microchip to be exact. Okay, using RFID technology, which is radio frequency identity. Okay, they will be identifying you through radio frequencies. All right, when you scanning your palm, or you're getting your head scanned just to get a fucking bag of Skittles, GMO Skittles. All right, they're gonna use radio identification, radio frequency identification, scanning the waves radiating off of your body. And this is radiation inside of your body, man. So you know it's gonna come a consequence. Then what are the consequences of getting this MOTB? Well, let's grab it. Book of Revelation, chapter 14 and verse 9. Okay, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. All right, so see you see there, it didn't even say right hand that time. All right, that's how you know something's up, something's fishy. You know, because it's saying if you get in your forehead or in your hand, it didn't say right hand this time, it said in your hand. All right, so the unlearned gonna look at that like, oh shit, I didn't know it was, it said hand too, because they don't want to do the research, the studying to go into dextrose, which goes into dominant hand. All right, most people in the world are right-handed. That's just common sense. It's just a fact. Okay, so that's why it said right hand, because it's speaking of the dominant hand, the hand that you use the most. Okay, and that's why you see people that are left-handed are a little rare. You know, when people say you're left-handed, they say, "Oh wow, you're left-handed, wow." You know, because it's rare for you to find many left-handed people. Most people are right-handed. All right, it says, Slocky, give me a second. I gotta get past this turn. Verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of YAHAWASHI, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. That's your judgment, man. You're going to taste of that second death. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever. And it's going to feel like forever and ever, man. The Lord is also the God of time. All right, He can put you in a state that makes you feel like forever and ever. And Scripture says, some shall arise to everlasting shame, and some shall shame and contempt, and some shall arise to everlasting peace and immortality and happiness, man. It says, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the image of. Who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name, because that radio frequency technology is going to be tormenting you from the inside out. Imagine having an ailment in your body that's eating away at your body. Okay, what radiation does is it causes cancer. So you're going to end up developing cancer sores, man. You're going to be tormented by the radio frequencies telling you what to do all the time. Now, there's certain frequencies that can put you in a good mood, in a sad mood, or in a angry mood. All right, there's frequencies for every kind of emotion you've got. You know, and they use it in their music. You know, and when you listen to this music, you listen to rap music, you wonder why the car's speeding up, and you hopping and bouncing, and you know, it's because demons, man. That music, the frequency of that music is fucking with your mind. Frequencies that are hitting your mind is telling you to get more wild up, to get more violent, you know, to get more shiesty, one would say. You know, you start driving the car fast and shit, like you speed racer. You don't even realize it until you change the song. Like, damn, I was going fast as hell. Yeah, the demons was casting me through those frequencies. Now, if these things are going to be in you always, casting frequencies from the inside out, how much more subject are you to those frequencies? They're coming from the inside of your body, man. You can't run from those. Certain frequencies you can turn on the music, you can turn it off. But they're going to be playing frequencies in that C-hip inside of your body that you just can't turn off. And you won't be able to turn it off until you do what they ask of you. Until you do what they tell you to do. That's why the scripture talks about them being had in derision, which we'll get into. But I want to grab this first. Revelation. Book of Revelation, chapter 16, verse 2. And the first went out and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which had worshipped his image. So there fell a noisome and grievous sore. Okay, those are those cancer sores, man. You ain't gonna be able to sleep. Imagine having sores all over your back and you try to lay on your back to go to sleep. Then you try to lay on your stomach or your side and you got sores there too. It's gonna hurt just to lay down. You ain't gonna have no rest day nor night. Alright, you're gonna be in the middle of the night and you're gonna just hear a ringing noise in your head. So you get up and just start destroying shit. You know, just start taking things out. And you ever seen those videos with the sleep experiment? You seen how crazy they got after not having no sleep for a while, you know? Yeah, they just completely changed into monsters and began killing each other and eating each other, man. You know, doing crazy things because they had no rest. Their brain was on it was like their brain was shut down while they were awake, you know, but it was still running. The brain is just killing itself without rest because everything is just dying. It has no energy, no time to replenish itself. You know? But let's grab this derision. These scriptures are speaking today. You know? This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 69. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and reproach and trodden under foot. They're going to do whatever they want to do with you. You ever heard the saying, you just going to let him walk all over you like that? Well, that's what Esau's about to do to you niggas. You're going to walk all over you because you gave him the power to. Once you take his MOTB, you're officially submitted to his will and not the Lord's will. Okay? And the sign and evidence of that will be in your hand or in your head. You know? You got Neuralink coming out with the brain C-hip. Okay? And you got also the C-hip in the hands. These other companies coming out with C-hips and trying to compete with Neuralink. You know? Many miracles being taking place. People are being able to walk again, speak again, see again. Okay? Because of that Neuralink. Alright, and they're showing you the miracles right now. They're advertising it like it's the next big thing. Okay? Guess what? It's going to be the next big thing. It's going to be the next big thing, man. They're going to make it the next big thing. And if you don't get it, guess what? Guillotine time. I'm going to grab that. In the book of Revelation, chapter 20 and verse 4. And I saw thrones. So what's going to happen to us? Those brethren that don't want to take the MOTB, you know, you either gonna stick it out until YAHAWASHI comes back, delivers you off this accursed planet, delivers you off the face of this accursed country, this land, and burn it up, or you're gonna have to go through this. It says, and I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them. And they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of YAHAWASHI, and for the word of YAHAWASHI, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Mashiach with 1,000 years. You got Trump, who's he's ahead. I believe he's ahead in the election right now. Just by seeing the videos with the people that were saying Trump's winning, Trump already won. You know, if he wins this election, he gets elected again, you're gonna bring that shit back, man. he gonna very well bring in that MOTB and bring in that NWO, because before he was when he was president before, he was talking about bringing back the executions from the old days, like shooting squads, beheadings, hangings. Okay, he was talking about bringing that back, and then his term ended. Okay, but now he's rerunning. All right, so we know what to expect from him, man. You know, and even if it's not him, guess what? It's going to be someone that's like him that brings it to fruition. Either way you slice it, it's going to come to pass. No matter who it's done through, the Lord's going to bring these things to pass, to happen, because it must happen. You got to remember, it's not Esau Edom's ship, it's the Lord's ship. Our testing isn't coming from Esau Edom, it's coming from the Lord to try those which dwell upon the earth. Matter of fact, I'll grab that too, the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 10. I think the NLT is a little better for this. It's better suited for this, because when you go into the NLT, it says in the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 10, in the NLT, the New Living Translation, because you have obeyed my command to persevere, and we got the persevere, which also goes into endure, through what? The hour of testing, okay, the things that have been, well, even before the hour of temptation, but to persevere and endure in this truth until the end. Okay, scriptures say, he that endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So if we endure until what? The hour of temptation, the time of testing, guess what? The Lord going to save us from that. He's going to keep us from that. And then He's going to save us in the end as well. You know? Because you have obeyed my command to persevere, I will protect you from the great time of testing that will come upon the whole world to test those who belong to this world. So the Lord said that time of testing, that great time of testing, okay, it's going to come upon the whole world to test those who belong to this world. Okay? If you ain't got your mind in this world, guess what? That testing ain't coming upon you. That test time isn't for you. We are already in our testing period. Okay? The Lord's refining us through the fire right now. And you got men falling out, bucking up, and going their own separate ways. They're falling out because we're already being tested. Alright, so when we endure this test, guess what? We don't have to take the final test. We're going to automatically bypass that because we passed the test earlier. You got some people that graduate early because they passed certain tests early. You know, they graduate at young ages, like 14 and 15. They go straight to college, from high school at the age of 15 and 16 and shit, because they were already persevering through all the hard tests that they threw at them, so they get what do you call it? They get something that's called pre-selection, I would say, a pre-election, pre-elected. They get priority. They get to go off there first, and they be young as hell, so they get through all their schooling quick because they already persevered through the early testing. It's the same thing with us, man. Pray for a few days that they be shortened to you. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch. But the scriptures say that our temptation, like we just brought out, that great time of testing is coming to those that belong to this world. So let's see what Yahawashi said about. Let's see what Yahawashi said about they that belong to this world. It's the book of John, chapter 17, and verse 12. It says, "While I was with them in the world, I kept them in thy name. Those that thou gavest me I have kept, and none of them is lost, but the son of perdition, that the scripture might be fulfilled." And he said, none of them were lost except Judas, the son of perdition, that the scripture might be fulfilled. Okay? The scripture had to be fulfilled, so Judas had to do what he had to do. Otherwise, if it wasn't for that, he would have been kept too. It says, "And now come I to thee, and these things I speak in the world, that they might have my joy fulfilled in themselves. I have given them thy word, and the world hath hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. That's why the scriptures say, put on therefore as the elect. You know, you gotta put on as the elect. Live by an example as how these men aforetime that are written in these scriptures lived, because the Lord just said they're not of the world. And as we just read Revelation 3 and 10 in the NLT, telling you that the hour of temptation has come upon those who belong to this world. Okay, it says, verse 15, I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil. Okay, they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. Okay, as thou hast sent me into the world, even so have I also sent them into the world. Okay, so the Lord has sent, Lord willing we be those men, he has sent us into the world. Okay, and he has said we are not of the world because he is not of the world. Scriptures say, roughly paraphrasing, the servant is not greater than the master. If they have persecuted me, they shall persecute you also. So if we walking after the same footsteps that YAHAWASHI took, you know, following the same path, guess what? We're going to have the same ending as well. You know, similar endings. Okay, similar walks, similar endings. It's all the same. Okay, you made yourself a living sacrifice as YAHAWASHI made himself a living sacrifice. All right, so you don't have to go the same way he went. The way the Lord went, guess what? He said this same YAHAWASHI Mashiach that you see leaving. Why stand ye gazing up into heaven, ye men of Galilee? You know, the same man YAHAWASHI Mashiach, the same you see leaving, shall also turn in like manner. Because the Lord left in a chariot, he was beamed up in a chariot. Guess what? The scriptures say he's going to return in like manner. All right, coming down in a chariot. Okay. And those that got the MOTB, when he come down, he say those wearing strange apparel, which goes into different doctrines, but also unrecognizable because what? They got Esau's insignia on them. You know. Scripture say, ye of your father the devil, of the lust of his lust he will do, for he was a murderer from the beginning and a liar. You know. So Jake gonna do the lust of their father Esau Edom, man. You know. That's why they're gonna get this MOTB. When the Lord come, he gonna see Esau and a bunch of MOTB minions, a bunch of his minions that look like Jake's. Okay, which are Jake's, but decided to be Esau's minions instead of the Lord's servants. You know. And for their sakes, verse 19, I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through thy truth, or through the truth. Neither pray I for these alone, okay, but for them also which shall believe on me through their word. There you go. There you go, man. And even the MOTB was foreshadowed and predicted in the Old Testament. If you think that's the only scripture, okay, for your Old Testament only, Jakes, guess what? It's there too, man. You know. It's there in the Old Testament too, so you can't run from it. There's warnings all throughout the scriptures. Now this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 36, and verse 6. It says, lo, Slocky, give me just a second. Exit 25. Alright, it says, lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed. Alright, now that it's saying you're trusting in the staff of this broken reed, meaning what? A staff goes into rulership. Okay, and that broken reed, even the broken reed looks like a going to a broken reed, it's like a certain instrument. Okay, like a broken flute, looks kind of like a broken flute, but the way it's shaped, it looks like the thing they use to inject the sea hip. Okay, but it says, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed, but staff goes into rulership, you know, What are you holding when you're ruling? You're holding a staff, okay, or a rod. All right. So it's saying you Jake's trusting in the rulership. It says on Egypt, okay, and Egypt goes into the house of bondage. So people we in bondage to now, America, Esau, Edom, okay, Babylon, which is modern day Egypt. The scripture calls it spiritually Sodom and Egypt in the Revelations. Okay, so we're in Egypt once again. Okay, but not literally, but by bondage. All right. It says, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So there you go. You trying to run from the New Testament? It's in the Old Testament too, baby. What is MOT? I don't know what that is. But guess what? If the scriptures say don't trust in Esau, Edom. That's right here. It says you trusting in them. Guess what? It's going to go into your hand and pierce it. Their ways and their rulership is going to go into your hand and pierce it. That means it's going to be inside of you. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. So if you trust in the king of Egypt, which is the king of bondage, okay, the ruler, your slave master, guess what? You're going to end up getting tagged like a fucking cattle. You know, tagged and bagged, man. Because once you get the MOTB, you're done dealio. Might as well zip up the bag. Okay? Grab this in the book of Revelation. Probably close out with this. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So it says, rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, which is speaking to the elect, because they don't dwell in the world, they don't dwell in the earth. Okay? They don't dwell in the sea. Alright? Which is that great multitude. They don't dwell on the earth, which is of this world. Scriptures say that our temptation is coming to try those who belong to this world. But the Lord say, I pray for them that, you know, they are not of this world. You know. It says, for the devil has come down unto you, having great wrath. Destruction be unto you that have your mind in this world. Destruction be unto you that belong to this world, that participate with the great multitude. You know, destruction be unto you, because what? This devil's coming down having great wrath, man. Not just a little bit of wrath. He's not just a little pissed off. He's greatly pissed. Okay? And he's coming down with great draconian measures. Very strict laws, very straight to the point. Killings, executions. Okay? Okay, because why though? It says, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. He knows that his time is short. He knows that he's about to get taken out of the ruler seat, and the Lord is coming back to beat his ass, man. So he's trying to make haste. He's going to be making haste, and when you make haste, guess what? You don't have time to spare. You don't have time to spare things. If somebody ain't trying to get with the program, guess what? They're going to do? They're just going to off you, man. You know, a lot of talk about re-education camps, re-education centers. You're going to go through the re-education camps and re-education centers if you agree. You know, you're going to go through that shit anyways. But if you don't agree, they're going to put you down on the spot, man. All right? And if you don't deny your faith, guess what? They're going to take you to get beheaded. Okay? That's all I really want to grab on that. I mean, you got the scripture that says, behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, you know, to feed you, roughly paraphrasing, to feed you being idle with things offered unto idols. Now notice it said being idle. You know, that just goes into the great multitude, because a great multitude is idle. They're like NPCs, non-playable characters. That's automatically going to go with the flow, you know. You're going to automatically go with the flow because you're idle. You're just standing there with nothing to do. You're just living a vain life. That's called being idle. All right, they're going to feed you with things being offered unto idols. You know. So what's that? The MOTB, the sea hip. They're gonna do. There's a lot of witchcraft going on around that sea hip already, and even more in that day. And then they're going to put it in you when they're done. And you're going to be a walking example of their sorceries and witchcraft. Okay, even the scripture in Revelation said the nation's going to be angry at Babylon because they were all deceived by the sorceries, by the sorceries of Babylon or Esau, Edom. You know. But I truly hope this lesson was edifying to you. I cannot wath listen to truth and sincerity. So next time, I give all glory, honor, and praises unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Shalom.